Hello everyone, it's 8:16, so we kickstart today's class. A lot is going to be learned. We're going to go through the entire data analysis process. We are trusting that this can be done within the next 4 to 5 hours. Complete project. Okay, so it's the same data set. Okay, but this time we are going through the process of data analysis from beginning to the end. In fact, the main part of the work, which is the data preprocessing or data processing and data preparation, which is going to take about 80% of our time, and the analysis. Then we design dashboard. Okay, we design a dashboard for this data set. So the data set we are using is the NBA all seasons data set. So what you're going to do is that you, for those who don't have a project folder, create a project folder on your desktop, call it data analytics. Then inside it, create a folder called data. Okay, then ensure that your all seasons.csv data set is inside the data folder. Okay, so today's on, revert to the original data set, which is the all seasons.csv file. Okay, so everybody please, as I start, open the all seasons, open the all seasons.csv file, the original one, the one that you have not worked with, not last week's on. So the original one. Ellen, is it opened? Fantastic. Okay, all right. So it's important to always leave the original data set intact, okay, so that for practice and for the other purposes you can refer back to it. So what we're going to do is that, again, we're going to click on the select all icon in Excel, which is the junction. So you can see my screen, the junction between 1 and A, or the left side of 1 and A. Okay, when you click on it, everything in the sheet is selected. So you do Control C. Okay, Control C. Once it's highlighted, you copy it, you go to File, New, Blank Workbook. You click on the select all icon again, Control V to paste it. Okay, once this is pasted, you can close your all seasons original file. So you close the all seasons.csv original file. Okay, then you are left with the book one, the new file that you have now. It is not named. Okay, so let's name it now. Let's name it. You go to File, Save As. You save it into your data set, save into your folder, your project folder. Okay, to your project folder. This one is, so we call it NBA full analysis. Make sure it is an Excel workbook and the file name is NBA full analysis. Okay, you click on save. So I'll give you some few seconds if you are not done to finish it up. Please confirm if you are done. I've seen one person indicating that he's done. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so the first step of the data analysis pipeline or process is data cleansing and data preparation. Data cleansing and data preparation. So that's what we are going to do first. Data cleansing and data preparation. Okay, so but before that, let's rename this sheet. So let's call this data. So rename the sheets and call it data. Okay, rename it as data. Then in our data preparation, remember last week we learned that this column is of no use to us. 0, 1, 2, 3 is not needed, so it doesn't give us any insight, so you delete it. So delete the 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, which means the data set will start from player name, and then you check the last column. So from player name to season. Okay, it starts from player name to season. When that is done, you can open the metadata I sent to you. Remember, I sent a metadata file, a txt or notepad file that contains the description. But I didn't add the data types, but it contains the description of each. So the next thing is to rename these columns in such a way that it is meaningful to us in our analysis. Okay, and remember the convention we are using is Pascal casing. So we change this from, we take away the underscore and do like this: player name, team. Instead of team abbreviation, we just call it team. That'll be too long. And then H. Okay, so please open the metadata, and then if you are lost, you refer to it to rename the columns. So we are renaming the columns, part of your data preprocessing, data processing and data preparation. You have to ensure that your columns are meaningful to you. Okay, so player weights, college, country, draft year, drafts round, drafts number, okay, and then GP is game points, and then PTS is points, so we can call it player points. Okay, let me open my metadata file as well so that I can be guided by that. Where is my own? Okay, so the PTS is the point scored by the player. That's why I've named it player points. So as soon as I see player point, I know that is the points scored by the player. And then the rep is rebound. Okay, rebound, player rebound. So let's just call it rebound. And then S is AST, is assist. And then this is net rating. And then REB is offensive rebound, percentage. And then DREP, please, when you are done, let us know. Then the DREP is defensive. This is defensive, so offensive and defensive. The same defensive rebound percentage. Okay, and then this is usage percentage. TS is true shooting percentage. And then AST is assist percentage. And then of course this is season. Okay, George, please, are you done?
Yes, I'm done, please. Thank you.
You've done the save as?
Yes, please.
Okay, fantastic. So if you've done the save as, um, name the sheet as data. Name the sheet as data, as you can see. So the sheet should be called data. Okay. When you are done, please confirm. You can show the reaction. You can indicate or confirm by click on the reaction. So you double click on it and you type data there where you have sheets. Okay. All right, Philip. Right. But this one, I'm even talking to George. I just want to ensure that he's up to speed, up to speed with us. George, please, are you done renaming the sheet? Fantastic. Okay, so the next thing for you to do to catch up with us is the columns. You see player name, that. Rename them to the ones that you can see on my screen. Uh, in this order. Let me see if I paste it will come like that. Okay, so I've pasted the names of the columns in the order they appear, but kindly first delete. George, um you should have your A column should, it has 0 1 2 3. Kindly highlight the A column and then delete it. It should start with the player name. Okay, so you have the original data set has a column, um has a data in the A column that starts with 0 1 2 3. It is not needed, so you click on that one, where the A is, you right click and you press delete. So ideally it should start with column, it should start with column A having the player name, or it should start with the player name. Okay, please George, confirm if you
Okay.
understand the requirement.
Yes, I do. I
Okay,
do.
then you start renaming from what I have sent to you in that order to season, so you can get up to speed.
Okay.
So we'll
All
give you
right.
1 minute.
Okay. All right.
We'll give you
Okay.
one
All
minute.
right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Joshua, you're welcome. Um, for you, we won't give you any time. But just ensure that you're up to speed with us. Okay. Hello, Joshua.
Okay.
So
Hello, sir.
in the next 2 minutes, we'll continue. So what you have to do is that quickly open the raw NBA, the all seasons file. Okay.
Okay.
So a new one, and do a save as, and save it as NBA full season, NBA full analysis. Okay, save it as an Excel workbook, NBA full analysis, an Excel workbook. Delete the 011, 01 column, the first column. Let the first column start from player name. Then you check the charts, the inbox. You see that we have renamed all the columns. Then you do that one. You only have 1 minute to do so. I think after you, who else is left? Only one person, but Clifford is left. Is yet to join. If he joins, we won't come back. Okay, so
Okay.
it's 8:38. Quarter by 8:40. We are moving forward. Thank you. All right. So at this point, I believe everybody is up to speed with where we are. Then we can make progress. Okay. All right. So we are doing, like, the first step is data processing and preparation. So we've renamed the columns. Okay, after renaming the columns, you would have to interrogate the data. In other words, interrogate the data type. Okay, look for null values. Are there blanks? Are there missing values for any of the column? Are there any inconsistencies? So we look at it, the names column, without even scrolling down. Okay, so the first one, you are just looking at the first screen. Okay, the first page view, age. Okay, player height is supposed to be numeric, weight is this. Okay, so age is like this, numeric, that's accurate. The height, I think this height is in centimeters. Okay, then, um the weight is in pounds. Okay, so we are interrogating the data. I think in the metadata I indicated that I think the height is in centimeters, the weight is in pounds. So depending on the kind of analysis you will do, as you are looking at interrogating the data and any data types, you are able to know what conventions you should do. So for instance, if in analytics we want to do check whether a player is healthy or unhealthy or is overweight or not, it will mean that we have to calculate the BMI for every player, and that will mean that we would how do we call it, we have to convert the player height into its appropriate conversions. BMI is measured in I think height is supposed to be in meters and the weight is supposed to be in kilograms. Okay, so you do the conversion. So it means that for player height and player weight, we must do some conversion. Then college, the person attended, we will look for null values or missing values. Country, okay. um, Draft year, and you see some inconsistency here. This is supposed to be a year, and here we see undrafted, so we have to deal with this. Okay. Okay, another one, draft round, undrafted, undrafted, draft number, undrafted, undrafted. This is inconsistency in the values for the draft number, draft round, and draft year columns. Okay, game points on the first page view, nothing can be seen as at now. Assist to nothing, and then offensive to nothing. Um, Usage percentage, okay, seems all right. Then season, okay. So whilst you are doing this, you note down the columns you have to be working with. Okay, so you see that seasons is there. We have to work on seasons. We have to work on the drafts and the height and the weight. Okay, so we'll start with looking for missing values. Okay, one of the things we do in data preparation is to find out if there are missing values. If there are, we take them away. That is one way to treat missing values in your data set or preparing your data set for data analysis. You remove them. Usually we call them outliers. So if there are outliers, you remove. If there are missing values, you remove. If there are null values, you remove. There are other times to let's say age, for instance. Emmanuel Davis, his age might be missing. If his age is missing here, um, besides removing the entire record from your data set so that it doesn't um, influence your analysis in a negative way, you can normalize it by finding the average, or you can standardize this one by finding the average wage. Okay, the average wage sorry, the average age of all the players, and then giving it to this person. So you can statistically, it's accepted that if, for instance, in the age column, in a salary column, or other numeric values or attributes column, if a missing value is there and you still want to use it, if it's a lot and when you remove it to influence your analysis, or let's say when you remove it's going to influence your analysis negatively, or not give you up to the number of observations you need in your analysis, what you do is that you find the average and replace all missing values with the average age. And there's also a science to this. When we get to Python, you explain more whether they are missing by chance or that. Okay, so the first data preparation step after the naming of the columns is looking for missing values. You could use a function to do it. Okay, so let's move to the column after you. Okay, that's column V. Okay, and then let me teach you one. Let's use a function. So type the missing values. Okay, type in the missing values. Okay, and show you the function. So when you want to find out whether any particular column has missing values, let's say age. So I'll do just two with the formula age and then player name. Player name is very key. If it's missing, player name, I think the team and the other, if it's missing, we can't do any other analysis with it, so it must go. So I'll do one numeric and one string or text data type. Okay, so I can use the count function. So count, okay. So the first one, count the number of cells in a array that contains numbers, okay. And then the second one, count the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Number of cells in a range that are not empty, okay. So indirectly, this one can help us identify missing values, any of them. If I use count, I do the reverse. If I use count and it gives me maybe 12,305 records, it means that there's no null value for the age column because the total number of players is 12,305. If I use count A and it gives me 0, it means that there is no missing value in it, and that's straightforward. So let me use count A. So count A, double click on it, okay, and then I come to the age column. I click on the first value under the age, which is 36. Hold down Control Shift. This is for the benefit of those who just joined us for today, so you know how to select entire values in a particular column without any blank cells. So you click on the first one, hold down Control and Shift key, then your down arrow key, then you select up to the last one. As you could see, it is 12. The row number is 12306. 12306 minus 1, the column headings or labels, okay, gives you 12305 observations, okay. So you do that, you close the parenthesis, you enter, and like I did, it gave me 12,300 and what and 6, sorry, and 5. So there are no missing values, okay. um let's So this one, I did the count A, so check this one to count equals count. Okay, okay, okay. Count blank, count the number of empty cells in a specified range. So this one, count blank, okay. um, like that, enter, get back there, and it's 0, okay. By implication is 0. Okay, I hope you are following and you are doing the same. Please, no watching this one, you do as I do, okay. Then I come to the player name. Remember this one, the data type is text, okay. So type equals count, okay. I can't use count for the player name because it doesn't contain numbers. Count the number of cells in a range that are not empty. I can use count A. Count the number of cells in a specified range of cells. I can either use count A or count blank. Any of them will work. So I use count A, get back to my names column. I click on Dennis Rodman, Control Shift down arrow, press the enter key. When you are down and press the enter key after you have selected the range, it helps you move back home quickly rather than using the vertical scroll bar to get to where your formula is, okay. Okay, if I should use the count blank on that, okay, if I should use a count blank too, you see that it should give me 0. Okay, fantastic. So far so good. Interrogating the name and the age column shows that there are no missing values, and this is important. Remember we said data preparation and cleansing takes about 80% of your time of the job. The remaining is 20, sometimes 15, sometimes 10%. Okay, and garbage in, garbage out. If you are able to prepare the data correctly, you get correct actionable insights and management outputs based on your recommendations to will yield them, you increase your profits to yield them well. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to delete. If you are done, delete this one, and then we'll move to the next approach. Okay, uh, the next approach is the use of the go to special. So go to special. Okay, go to special. Okay, so you can highlight a column or maybe the entire data set. So let's say I've highlighted the names column, then I click on the home button, then I go to my editing. Okay, editing command group, then find and select. We have go to, then go to special, then click on go to special. Okay, then you click on the blanks radio button. Okay, then it says no cells were found. In other words, no empty cells were found. Okay, I can do this for the team. Okay, same process, find and select, go to special, blanks, none. Or I can do it on the entire data set. The disadvantage of this is that if you do it on the entire data set, you will not be able to know which column has missing values or not. But I think as a start, it's important. Then you can drill down to find out if there's any missing value. So I click on player name, and then I hold down the control shift and then right arrow to select from player name up to season. Again, hold down the control shift key and down arrow to select up to the 12,306th row. Okay, then go to home, editing command group, find and select, go to special, then blanks. So this time I'm applying it to the entire data set, and hooray, in our data preparation stage looking for missing values, we've been able to verify that there are no missing values. Okay, fantastic. So we move to the next step. After being able to verify that there are no missing values, now you go and interrogate the unit of measurements and data types. Okay, so the next is to interrogate units of measurements and data types. Okay, remember we tried to do something like that. Player height is in centimeters, this one is in kilograms, so we'll work with that. Okay, let's start from left to right. So player heights, you convert this one to, okay, so I think this one is in centimeters, cm. Okay, so kindly double click on player height, okay, and add cm into brackets to it, and then player weights to is in pounds. Pounds is, I think, lbs or so. lbs. Okay, all right. When that is done, select or right click on column E. Okay, then click on insert and call it player height. You can even call it height, so call it height into brackets meters. Okay, so that we don't get confused. Then you move to column G, right click, insert, then you call it weights into brackets kilograms. Weight into brackets kilograms. Okay. Please, if you are set, let me know. If you are set, let me know. If you are up to where I am, okay, fantastic. If you're up to where I am, let me know. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So I take it that I can make progress. Okay. So we are all online. We look for the converting the conversion factor, how you convert centimeters to uh, meters, and then how you convert pounds to kilograms. Okay. Okay. So yes, who can answer me? What is the conversion factor for converting centimeters to meters? Centi, 100, right? Yes, you are allowed to talk. Who is talking? Or I should call names. Okay, so Joshua, yes, who is talking? Someone wants to answer? Okay, Joshua.
Um, you divide the length by 100.
Length.
So if
Is it length?
if
Height.
uh, you divide centimeters by 100, so if it is 100 centimeters, you get 1 meter.
Oh, sound. Okay. So the word cent is 100. Okay. So that is so easy. Okay. So easy. So what we do is that we come here equals. Okay. So you type equals in the height meters 1. Okay. And you click on the cell reference for the first person's height, then it's Rodman. Okay, then your forward slash as your division, you type 100, you enter. Okay, and then you autofill. Okay, you autofill. Maybe we can do it up to 2 decimal places. So up to 2 decimal places. Fantastic. Fantastic. Ensure you are done. So we move to the weights. Okay. Now, what is the weights? These are intentional questions so that you can also Google and get the answer. What is the conversion factor for converting weight from pounds to kilograms? Yes. What is the conversion factor? So it's a huge value, some 0.4 something something. I am putting it. Okay. So the conversion factor is in our charts. It's in our charts. Okay. So you type equals, then you select the cell reference for the first person's weight. That's Dennis Rodman's weight. Asterisk. Okay. Then the conversion factor, 0.453 something something something. Okay. Then you enter. Okay. And you autofill. So now the meters and then the weights are beginning to make sense to us in Ghana. For us in Ghana, we use weight in kilograms and height, I think, in inches or feet. So even if you had converted this one to feet, it would have made more meaning to us as Ghanaians. Okay. Okay. So somebody weighs 45 kilograms. Okay. This one to convert it to two decimal places. Remember how I'm doing the conversion or making sure that it is in two decimal places. Under the home ribbon, I come to the numbers command group. I see some two buttons. One is increase decimal. That's the first one. The second one is decrease decimal. um, I select, but I make sure that only the values column, the values in the weight column are selected. Then I click on the decrease up to the time I get two decimal places. Fantastic. So data preparation, conversion. Okay. Okay. So college, no conversion is needed. USA country, draft year. Okay. So we'll do it like that. Draft year, the data is supposed to be data type. The data type is supposed to be date. If you look at this, it's not. Okay. So we have to convert this one to date, and that one will lead us to do a lot of things here. Okay. So we don't know which year this person was drafted. Okay. Emmanuel Davis, for this one, we don't know when he was drafted. It says undrafted, and we don't have any additional information to fill this. Okay. So what we have to do is that part of preparing our data for analysis, when you don't know something and this one can influence our analysis, is that we remove it. So we remove this from it. If there were any other way to treat it, let's say the draft year could be the season he started, 1996, then we could do that. And this one is not an average. This is date. It's not like age where we can calculate the average age and put it here too. So for now, for the purposes of our analysis, we don't have any additional information about this, which means that any undrafted value in that column should be removed, and that will correspond to the names of the people. Okay, the names of the people here. So we'll see a lot of things to do this. Okay, to do this, we apply a filter on the data set here. Okay, so you can click on any cell and then go to under the home tab, go to the editing command group. Okay, and then there should be a filter. Yes, under sort and filter, you click on filter. That will place filters on each column. Okay, fantastic. Remember where we are. Draft year. Okay, so draft year, we want to filter any value in this column that is undrafted. So you click on the drop down arrow, okay, to open up this box. Click on or deselect all. By clicking on select all again, or on checking select all, scroll down to the undrafted, click on OK, and that's a lot undrafted, but we are sorry, it has to go. For any other analysis, maybe you would have to do a lot of research. That's why this one takes a lot. Data preparation takes a lot of your time to find out what you can do to replace the undrafted. Okay, now if we want to delete this permanently, and because we have a backup of these data sets, we can remove them. So for the purposes of this analysis, we are deleting any undrafted value for the draft year. Okay, so this is what to do after it's highlighted. you do control A to select. Okay, control A to select, or sorry, you do control shift right arrow for the first one. Mine starts from 14. um, so you start from the player name, control shift right arrow, that's Emmanuel Davis. Remember, he was the first. Emmanuel Davis, control shift right arrow, control shift down arrow, then you right click on the selection, oh, and then you press delete. Okay, so you scroll to Elvis Emmanuel Davis, sorry, control shift right arrow, control shift down arrow, um right click, so right click on the selection, and then you delete. It deletes the rows. Okay, so it is huge, so it will take some time to take some time. It is better to have fewer data sets that gives real insight into it than have a lot which are junk, which are wrong. Okay, uh, but any other project to spend time to research to find out what treatment can be done besides removing. Don't always resort to removing them from your data set. Okay, so mine is taking some few time. Let's allow it to go through to delete. Okay, fantastic. It is done. Uh, so when it is done, remember the filter is on the draft here. Okay, and it looks like there's nothing more in the in the sheet. There are more. So what you do is that you come to the draft here, the one you filtered, and you clear the filter. So I click on the correct. Okay, then I clear filter, and I have that column cleansed and prepared for analysis. So everything here has year value. Okay, it's dates. Fantastic. So before we even come to convert this, let's do that for, I think I've seen undrafted for the draft round and the number draft 2, which means it is possible that it will be running through. So we go through the same process to remove any undrafted value in these two columns. Okay, so when you are done with the first one, do the second. I'm doing my own, do yours as well. So I filter, I place a filter on draft round, deselect all, select undrafted, come to the name Edric, control shift right arrow down arrow whilst holding control shift right click in the selection, delete rules, click on OK, go back, clear the filter, okay, fantastic, and then move to the, so remember our total number 12,306 will be reducing. So the filter is cleared. I come to draft number and check if there were any undrafted there. Okay, it looks like there is none, but let me use the filter again to confirm. Okay, so I can scroll down here to check. There is one. It's not that there's one, there is undrafted in that column, like we saw. Because we deleted that for the draft one, it has shifted the others down. Okay, so draft number, place a filter on it, deselect all, select undrafted, click on OK. Only 3, that's so easy. So I can do this to select, right click, delete rows. Okay, and then clear the filter. Fantastic. So everybody should be up to this stage. Let me see how many observations we have now. We have 1029 instead of 12,000. 1029. Cleanse data for actionable insights. Okay. Which one is this? Is it college? The college too. I see none, none, none. Okay, this one is not an issue. Okay. So remember, you can use the filter tool to interrogate your data sets like we are doing in your data preparation. So I just saw something here under the college. We are supposed to see college names. Okay, college names. Like I said, you can use this one to check for blanks as well. Okay. I see none. Notre Dame. None is here. So there's none and there's no college. No. Okay, no college and none are the same. So it means that we have to treat it. None, none, none. There are many. No college. So no college and none are the same. Okay, this is why interrogating your data column by column, attribute by attribute is very, very important. So we just realized that in the college one there is none, which means no college, and then there is also no college. So you rectify that, and everything that you are doing, you document it. Okay, I hope everybody is here. So to ensure that, I think the none is more than the no college. Okay, to be sure, let's type no college. No college. Okay, only no college. Okay, so filter the college column to no college and change no college to what? None. I hope you get it. No college to none, and that's intuitive. None. It means that that column is prepared for analysis. It is. Okay, then go down to C. Okay, so no, check to see all the no, none. Okay, it's resolved. Okay, so none here means no college. We could have also replaced all the nones with the no college. Okay, as well. Okay, so we jumped this, but we came back to it. Okay, let's see the country. Let's interrogate the country to see if there are countries. Okay, so there's Nigeria. Last time I worked on this data set, I saw Ghana, one player from Ghana. Maybe by cleansing it, the Ghanaian is gone. So Jean, Georgia, Germany, Great Britain, Greece. So the Ghanaian is gone. You have Nigerian in it. Okay. Fantastic.
Bernard, I see Ghana there
Oh,
in my data.
so there's Ghana. The last time I worked on it, I saw Ghana, but it means that you have not done all the cleansing up to where we are. Besides George, can anybody confirm under the country if you can see Ghana?
Yes, please. I can also see Ghana.
After doing all the cleansing.
Yeah.
Oh wow. But you're using the same data set. But gene H. This is the gene column. Okay. No, let me just type Ghana. I mean, there's no Ghana. Okay, no problem. But I remember I some time ago when I analyzed this data set, I saw Ghana in it, so I know there was a Ghanaian in it. Okay. Okay, please confirm if your total number of observations is um 10,026, 10,025. Sorry, 10,025, 10,025. Yes, those who have seen Ghana. Is it 10,025 observations? Control shift, um, control down arrow, control down arrow.
Bernard, please, are we supposed to take out the none
For which one? For the college?
for the for the college? Yes,
No, no,
please.
no, 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 no. We want it to be there. We are not taking it out. None,
Cannot.
none
Okay.
means that the player. This one does not affect the analysis. It means that he's a player, but he didn't attend college. It does. It's not compulsory that you should attend college before you become an NBA player. That's what the none means here.
Okay.
Yes. So do you all
Okay.
have ten thousand and
Okay.
twenty-five records?
I have 10,028.
28. Okay, two more. It means that something went wrong.
Yes.
Joshua, how many records do you have? Moses, how many records do you have?
I have 10,028.
Hey,
I have 10,028.
So yeah, I also have 10,029.
hey. Okay. So
Okay,
what?
I think you have 29 because you added the first row, the first, I mean, the
Okay,
headings. That's why
okay,
you have
okay.
29.
That's why he has 29. So besides
Sure,
me,
But you
sure.
have 28.
besides me, every other person has 28. No problem. Okay, yeah, sure. I don't know why that is the case, but okay. All right. So please let's make progress. So we have cleansed up to interrogated up to this section. Uh, um, um, Ellen, do you have a question? And date.
Yeah, then how do I clear my blank?
Okay, under which column?
Um, under all the columns that I worked on.
Okay. So we okay. The as at now there are no blanks, but if you see any blanks, this is we can use a filter to clear it. So you place, let's say college. If there is a blank in college column, you place a filter on it by clicking on the right arrow. Okay, then come down. Okay, and check blanks. When you click on blanks, okay, if there are any blanks, they will be highlighted. Okay, there are no blanks in there. Okay, we've already verified that there are no blanks. Okay, so you don't see anything there. So country, I deselect all. um Let me see this one. Okay, no blanks. Clear filter. Let me see. No blanks. So how down blanks? Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you, Ellen. So there are blanks. Like I saw blanks as the last field. There are blanks. I think there are 10 of them. And remember, the blanks means okay. So let's assume it could be, this assumption could be wrong, but blank could mean that the person did not attend college. That is one. It could also mean that it was not recorded. Okay, the person might have attended college, but it was not recorded. So In our assumption in our analysis, we could indicate that none means either the person did not attend college or college name was not recorded for that person. If not, we could delete this entire rows, 10 rows, but I don't want us to delete this one. Okay, so thanks, Ellen. So we type none, right? None, and then we autofill it down. Okay, we autofill it down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This means that you are becoming a full data analyst. I didn't see this one. Thank you. Okay, then we clear the filter. Clear the filter. Let me check again. Okay, so now there are no blanks. There are no blanks. There are no blanks. So you do all of this. You do all this check. Do all. Do all. Okay. But surprisingly, when we use the go-to special, it was not able to highlight the blanks for us. Wow. Okay. So it's important we double check. Country, I think we've verified or interrogated. Fantastic. Okay. So we come back to where we were. Draft year. We have to convert this one to date. Okay. This one must be converted to date. Okay. And then let me see. Season 2 must be converted to date. So I'm going to show you two different approaches for the conversion. Okay, one we'll do here right in Excel, the other one we'll use Power Query. So let's start with Power Query. I think uh, Ellen doesn't have Power Query, so we'll do that one quickly and we'll come back to Excel to convert this draft here to the its appropriate data type. So part of interrogating your data is to find out that each of the attributes or columns are represented in their right data types. Okay, we know this is supposed to be date, but it's not. Okay, so you clear the filter, okay, by going to home, editing, um, filter, you click on it and it's gone. Because I'm going to show you two different approaches of the conversion. It's important we duplicate the drafts here for those of us going to Power Query. As for Ellen, she will be here waiting for us in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so right click on the key column and then insert a column and call this one D year. Okay, D year. Okay, uh, D year, and then go to the season. Okay, um, copy that season from the X column, paste it in the Y column, escape, and call this one old season. Okay, so you are creating two columns. We have to copy this one as well, so we'll copy the drafts here. No, let me do the values from the first value. Control shift down arrow, copy, go back, first cell in the K column, control shift down arrow, select, control V, paste, escape. Okay, so please do it up to this stage. Do it up to this stage. When you are done, let me know. When you are done, let me know so we can make progress. Fantastic. Yes, one is done. Yes, the rest. We are waiting for you. Hello, George, Joshua, Moses. Are you done with the column naming? Are you done with this? Okay, fantastic. So to go to Power Query, and by reason of this, it means that we are learning Power Query. When we start Power BI, it will be so easy because you would already be familiar with Power Query and how powerful it is for ETL processes, extract, transform, and load, which we do in which is part of the things we do in data preparation. Okay, so one of the ways, okay, to do this um, is through the creation of tables. Okay, all right, so create a new sheet and call it table. So let's call it raw table. Then create another one, call it dashboard. Okay, then create another one called calculation. Then you create another one, you call it pivot table. Okay, so the most important sheet you should create now is a raw table. Okay, so you have a data table, raw table, you have a data sheet, raw table sheet, dashboard sheet, calculation sheet, pivot sheet. Okay, you can apply colors to them. Our dashboard, go with this. Calculation, is it the same color? No, let me change. Please, as I'm doing this, I'm waiting for you. So dashboard should be the last one. Okay, this one. Okay, so I take it that everybody is done. Okay, take it that everybody is done up to this stage. So what you do is that you duplicate this. Okay, you do Control A to select, or Control C to copy. Go to the raw table, do Control A, Control V to paste. Okay, Control A, Control V to paste. Okay, so it means that we have access to the original data. Okay, this is the raw data, it's still there, it's intact. We are coming to our table. So one of the ways to connect to Power Query is to create a table, an Excel table. Okay, so you can load it. Remember, the word or the name of the application is called query, Power Query, and query connotes programming language, structured query language, SQL, or database. And most databases, the most basic, or the basic unit of a database is a table. So set of tables make up a database. One or more tables make up a database. There cannot be a database without tables. Okay, so Power Query works with databases, extracting data from various sources. And for that reason, one of the ways to get access into Power Query and add in or add on in Excel is by creating a table or converting your data set into a table. You could have also connected it directly through Excel or from other direct database systems. So as we go on, we use all the other means of connecting um, Power Query to the data sources. Okay, so to convert this raw table into a table, this is what you do. You click on player name. Okay, that's column A, cell A1. Control shift right arrow, control shift down arrow. In other words, you are selecting the entire region. This is very key. The creation of tables in Excel must not contain extraneous data. Extraneous data means that there are extra calculations, some cells to the right or to the left, which are not in any order or is not in uniformity with the data set. There should not be any calculation like calculation for total values, total height, total number of people there. No. Okay. So this is very important. Okay. So these are selected only the columns and then the cells with values. Okay, then you go to the insert tab on the ribbon. Okay, under the tables command group, that will be the first command group. So insert tables command group. Okay, the first command group, you will see pivot table, recommended pivot tables, then table. Okay, you click on table, then you will see the matching ants around your selection. You can scroll down to check if it has selected up to the last one. I think now I have 1029 like everybody. Yeah, fantastic. So 1028, so I have it like everybody now. Okay, so it has done the right selection. Okay, interrogating is very key. It means that you are being critical. So please, on your LinkedIn account and in your CV, write there that you have critical analytical skills. This is critical analytical skills application to data sets. Okay, being critical, ability to interrogate, to find out why this is so, and to confirm right order of things. Okay, so this is an Excel table, and it is nothing like giving you banded columns, okay, and filters on each column. Okay, so the table allows you to slice and dice your data. Okay, slice and dicing your data is grouping it, finding out which team. So here I can come here and select maybe this selector and select the boss team, and I'll see only the data set about the boss team. Or I can deselect, clear the filter here, and come to player name and select this selector, select AC Green, and see the number of times AC Green has played or appeared in the season, in the NBA season. Okay, this table is more or less like it's an Excel sheet with filters applied to them. Okay, and allows you to do analysis, drill down. So we are drilling down, allows you to slice your data. Slicing is just like taking a knife and cutting bread, cutting a big loaf of bread into different pieces, uh, so you can eat them, or you can put some margarine and some or this kind of fruits. Phil, please, who remembers? Jam. Hey, Charlie. So that you can spread jam in it and enjoy, or put some vegetables in it and enjoy. Okay. You should be smiling by now. Okay. All right. So I take away the filter, I clear the filter from it. So this is a table, and this table is going to help us um, go to Power Query. Okay. So remember to rename your table. Table 1 is the
Hello.
default one. Yes, George.
Yes. Okay, so I just want to understand the essence of creating this particular kind of table
Okay.
because for all the fields and all the information that we have here, we have the same thing at the data
Yes.
sheets.
Yes.
So, with the
Why do we
filters and
have to do
everything,
this?
so why do we have to do this? Yes,
Fantastic.
please.
Fantastic. Yes. So the reason why we have to do this is that Power Query allows us to create, or it only accept table, it only allows table. Okay, it can only extract data or perform transformation or conversion with data, like I was explaining. So the reason we are doing this, okay, getting an official table here in Excel, recognize table, a sheet in Excel called table with a name, is because we want to send this data set into Power Query so that we can interrogate the data types, and then maybe if we want to do some transformations there, convert the date to the draft here to correct date, split the name to first name and last name, and all of that, convert to capital letters, small letters, some transformation, calculate average age, average height, and all of that thing in Power Query. Okay, so that is why we create the table. Other than that, is the same thing, like I said, placing a filter on the columns here in our data or raw data. Okay, so ensure that you are in the design, contextual design ribbon, and then change the table name, okay, from table 1 to we will call this one um, seasons. Okay, so we'll call this one seasons. So let's call it seasons. Okay, then you press the enter key, seasons, and enter. All right, I suppose everybody has renamed the table. Okay, and if it is done, now you go to the data tab on the ribbon. Okay, and you should see get and
Bernard,
yes, George.
yes, please. I didn't see what you did.
Okay, so on the, so here we are on the raw table, we are on the raw table,
Okay.
we are in the raw table sheet. Click inside any cell, you have the design, and ensure that the design menu on the ribbon is active. If it's active, you see table names or properties as the first command group. The
Okay.
default name is table 1. Under table name, change the table
Okay.
1 to seasons
Okay.
and press the enter
Okay.
key. Are you good?
Yes, I am, please.
Fantastic. Okay, so now you go to the so I think said you go to the data ribbon. Okay, under get and transform command group. Okay, under get and transform, so we are going to Power Query. Okay, so Excel's way of doing ETL, extract, transform, and load. I think some of you have done MIS. I know two guys here who have done MBA and MIS. You've done data warehousing, some database management system, business intelligence systems, and you've heard about data warehouse, ETL, ELT, extract, transform, load. If you have also gone through the slides, you see something like that. Okay, so Excel's way of doing that, he calls it get and transform. So under get and transform, you're able to send your data set into Power Query. That allows you to extract data from multiple sources in the E of the ETL, transform them to the form that is ready for analysis, data types, conversions, and all of that. Okay, then the L is the load them back to your application for analysis and visualization, which will be in Excel. So like you could see here, we are doing it table, but look at the other options. So new query, okay, new query from file. So it could have been from workbook, from CSV. So if you have an external CSV, you could have just click here and it will connect to it. From database, okay, you can connect to almost all from MySQL, SQL Server database, Access database, Oracle database, any database the organization that you'll be working with is using, from Azure, from online sources, from other sources. If you have ODBC connector for MySQL database, along the line we'll do something like this to connect to MySQL database. Then we'll retrieve data from MySQL database right inside Excel and develop dashboards for it, BI tools connected to the database system of the organization. So here too you can combine multiple tables. Okay, so or you can launch Power Query Editor directly from this section. So maybe after today you get your first capstone project. Okay, so we have a shortcut here. So the next button is show queries, followed by from table. So we are creating new query from table, or we are transforming, we want to transform our data set from a table, or we are launching Power Query from table. So you click on this from table. Okay, from table. Ellen, do you forgot to resolve your own? Do you have Power Query working now? Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay. So just give us some 3 minutes. We'll be out of Power Query shortly. But after today, before the class ends, I'll show you some platforms to install. So everybody will install Power BI desktop, and then with the Power BI desktop, regardless of what you are using, you still get access to the Power Query. So Ellen, don't be worried. We'll treat the same thing when we are doing business intelligence with Power BI. Okay. All right. So mine is loaded. Please confirm if your Power Query has been loaded. Okay. Power Query, fantastic. Yes, one person's on is working. Yes. Power Query, confirm if your Power Query is loaded. Your Power Query is loaded.
Sir, can you please go over for me?
How to get here? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So just make sure you are in the raw table sheets, worksheets. Okay, click inside any of the cells, go to data, and get and transform. You will see a button called from table. Okay, from table. Okay, Philip, please confirm if you can see the from table icon, and get and transform. Get and transform is under the data ribbon, or the data tab on the ribbon. Confirm if you are there, please. Philip?
So I'm under data. Okay, I'm under data, but I don't have access to some of the things you have, like what you have there.
Which office are you using?
2013.
Hi, sorry. Oh, there you. sorry. 2013 is not that. I think they started in 2016. Okay, this came in
It's not
2016.
there.
Yes. So please, after class, call me. Send me hi.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Send me hi.
yes, but Philip, you can still see it in a way. When you go to data and
Mm-hmm.
go to the stream left and
Uh-huh.
the file, you should see the get data there.
He has it there. Okay.
Okay, so I have the get data,
Okay.
but it's like it's blank. You can't select it. Like it's inactive.
I don't know about 2013. That's out of coverage area for me. But have you created a
So
table? Have you created a table?
yes, I've created all
Are
the
you
tables.
in the table worksheet, the raw table worksheet,
Yes,
like?
I'm in the table worksheet.
And then under get and transform, you are not able to see the buttons are not active, the icons they are not active. Share your screen.
So no, it's not active. So let me share a screen with
Yeah,
you.
share your screen. Share your screen. Okay,
Um,
George, are you using 2013?
I think so. I have to confirm. But
Hey.
then,
I don't think you are using 2030. If you can see it,
Oh wow. I don't
yes, but I
remember.
think you can find from table range or something
If you
there.
can get it, then that's fantastic. But the last time I checked, I think it's only available from 2016 and upwards. So if it's there, then we are good to go. Please, you know how to share the screen.
I'm trying to.
The fifth
So
icon, the fifth icon at the bottom. You are where you have your mic. So mic, video camera, then captions, reactions. The fifth one.
okay, sir. Can you see my screen?
Um, nope, nope. Let me stop sharing my
Okay,
own.
I think I've shared it.
Okay.
Oh, saying you can't share your screen.
So why? Let me stop sharing my own and see. Okay, try again.
Okay.
Try again.
Still not allowing.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So which means you and Ellen will just have to wait for us. We won't keep long.
Okay, is it shared now?
Let me see. No, no, we can't see your screen. Can't see your screen.
Wow.
Okay, don't worry. So if it's not there, we can we'll, we'll do it in Excel. So just hold on tight. Hold on tight.
Yeah.
Okay. So data get and transform, then here, so we are in Power Query. Okay, so what we can do here is again interrogate the data types, and this one directly let us know which one is text, which one is numeric or numbers, which one is decimal, which one is what. So player name, you see ABC there, it means that it is text data type. Team ABC, age 123. Okay, player height is 1.2. You see 1.2 here, which means it is decimal, it has floating point, it gets right, and that is accurate. If not, we will cheat some people. Then this one to the conversion, it did the right thing. Okay, college, country, draft year. Now we come to draft year. You see that draft year is seen as number. It is not supposed to be number, it's supposed to be what? Date. Okay, so one of the things you can easily do with Power Query is changing data types. So we will use the D year column we created, okay, to convert it, so we can have the original one and check if it did the right conversion. Remember, we are interested in only the year, okay. So you right click on dy, which as at now the data type is 123, okay. Or you can see under the transform command group here, see my, look at my mouse pointer, data type, it is whole number, okay. You can change it from here, or you right click. So you come here, right click, change type from whole number to date, okay, and say replace current, or you can add a new step to create it in a new column, okay. So when it is done, you have to interrogate. It looks like it didn't do the right job. So 1905, 1905, this one didn't work, okay. So you undo. So by implication, draft here is supposed to have this icon by it. This is how come, or this is why Power Query is very useful in the portfolio tools of a data analyst. Look at this. It's supposed to see, this one is supposed to be this calendar icon, but it's not. So this one is wrong. By looking at it, 1996, this one says 1905. I think we have an issue with 1990, the date calendar from 1990. This could be why. So we'll do it in Excel. So if you conduct a step, Power Query writes the programming script to do the conversion, or to do it for you as you click and select. So if you don't want it, you just come here, click on the cancel, and that step goes away. So you don't lose anything. Okay. Now let's go to the season, the other one. Okay. So the old season. Okay. So this old season, we are only interested in the, you see, starts here. This one is 1996 hyphen 97. It's not date, it's supposed to be date, okay. And it's seen as a combination, is alphanumeric, ABC and 123. No, we want it to be date. For it to be date, we have to split the start season to the end season, and then we can make the assumption that the start season is the main variable we'll be using, okay. So to split this one, okay, or yeah, to make sure that we have start season and end season, you select the this one, you click on it, the old season, come to under the home tab, come to the transform, then you have splits. So in the ETL, the T, which is the transform, one of the things we do here is to split columns into its atomic values. If you are doing normalization, in its atomic value, first normal form, okay. So you split column, and then we have different means of splitting. We can see that as a hyphen that is separating the start season and then the end season, okay. So that's space, that hyphen is a delimiter. In data analysis and programming, delimiters are colons, they are spaces, they are semicolons, they are commas, they are tabs, okay. So you say by delimiter, and Power Query is intelligent enough to show you that there's a custom delimiter there. It will select it, and that custom delimiter is a hyphen which it has selected because it read through the entire column. So split at each occurrence of the delimiter. Yes, it occurs once in every cell, so that's what you want. And then you click on the advanced, or 12 open the advanced options, okay. It's like this, 12 open it. You see split into columns. Yes, that's what we want to do. How many columns do we want? We want 2. We don't want a code character, so you click on none, okay. So what is going to happen is that we're going to have old season 1, old season 2, with 1996 in the old season 1, okay. Then you click on OK. All right, click on OK. So we have 1996, okay, for old season 1, then old season 2. We will not be using the old season 2, but we'll be using the old season 1. So when you have this, let's try to convert this one to date and see if it works. So now we are not right clicking. You select old season, go to the transform data type, click on the drop down arrow, change it to date. Let's replace current and see. So it did a fantastic job. So 1996, we're looking at the stats, the first values 1996. So we are interrogating. So this one did the right job. It did it. It got it accurately for us. And we can see that the date icon is attached to the old season. This is what we are looking for. As for the month and the year, is not of interest to us. We are only interested in the year. Okay, so by default it gave us 1st January for all. That is not of a concern because our analysis will not be based on months, neither days of the month. It will be based on the year. Yes, Moses.
Please, can you go over on the season again?
Okay. So I've undone the steps. So what you do is that you select the old season column, okay, and then under the transform, you go to split columns, then you select by delimiter. Okay, if you select by delimiter, Power Query intelligently picks the delimiter in that column that separates the two values in the column, which is hyphen. So it picks it. The default radio button is each occurrence of the delimiter. Yes, because it occurs only once in there. We want start and end. Then it will open the advanced options. The default radio button there under split into its columns. You leave it like that. Number of columns, we want 2. We want to have 1996 in one. Take away the hyphen. Then in the next column 97. Okay, the code character, you select none and then you click on OK. All right, please confirm, Moses, confirm if you are okay up to this stage.
So when my split column by delimiter the window pop up, I didn't see some of the options that you have on your own.
So you have to
Are the advanced option?
so you have to 12 open it. So see, by delimiter, you see, can you see this advanced options? Can you see
Yes,
advanced
please. Yeah.
options? So
Yes, please.
you 12 open it, you click on it too. So 12 open means click on it.
Okay. So my own, you can't see the split into
But
column and rows.
the advanced option is there. Is it there?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh,
I have the number of columns to split into 2, and then the code card. My own is
yeah,
code
that's all
star.
that is needed. So select columns, the number of columns 2. Do you have
Okay.
all of this there? And then
Yeah.
the code
My own
star.
is code star, not code.
Okay, that's
Okay.
okay. So none, but it's the same thing.
Okay.
Why? Which
Okay.
version of Office are you using?
I think 16 also.
Then you
16,
click
yeah.
on OK.
Okay.
Then you click on OK.
Okay.
So confirm if you're up to this stage. Ellen
Yeah.
and Philip are waiting for us at the other end.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
When the split is successful, then you convert. We are interested in the full year, so you convert that one to date. Okay. So to do that, you can. It's already highlighted. So if it's highlighted, you just go to the transform command group, data type, change it from number to date. Select replace current. Okay, then it does it for you. When it does it, remember the first one we interrogated, check to see if the years are the same: 1996, 1996, 1996, 1996, 1996, 1996. You scroll down to check 96, 96. Okay, it's a lot. All has not been loaded, but you make sure you confirm all. But for so far, it did the right job. Okay, so far I did the right job. Okay, so why, how many columns? Okay, so this one remove. Okay, so this one is done. um I see. This one is still giving us wrong values. Okay, the last one that we are out of Power Query is a name, so we can split this one to first name and last name. However, I'm just showing you how it is done here. They will load it back to Excel. We will need the full names of the people. We don't want to split into first name and last name. I'm showing you how it is done. So we can split this one into Dennis and then Rodman for each person. I think everybody has two names. Nobody has more than two, if from what I have seen so far. So using the split name, split column by delimiter, and we could see that the delimiter here is space. So when you split at the occurrence of a space in it, number of columns, then it's possible some people have three names. That's why it's suggesting three, but we want two. Because if some have three and some have two, we will have blank values for others. So two we split by two, quote none, and you click on OK, and voila, or hooray, we've been able to split the names into first name and last name. Okay, uh, this will be useful if you want to do some employee HR analysis and or design some simple spreadsheet database for an organization with some dashboards in Excel, where the names that they give to you, all of them, about over 12,000 names, all of them were their full names. You don't have to do it manually to split. You can use this command to split the names. However, we are not splitting, so you cancel this last step by coming down to the apply steps here, clicking on this to let it go away. Okay, all right, so we are done here. If you are done, you come to the close and load. Close and load. Check my screen. Close and load. Okay, click on close and load, and that is the L of ETL. The strat is the table we loaded in Power Query. The transform is the name, splitting, the data types, and all of that that we did. And then the L is bringing it back to Excel for analysis. Okay, mine. So when you bring it back, it creates its own table for you. So you call it ETL. Mine is still loading. Then for Ellen and Philip, the
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Yeah, when I deleted the data type, it still didn't show up.
so
It's still the same.
the steps,
Yeah.
you you deleted which data type? Is it a
Sorry.
splitting?
The split. Yeah.
You still have their first name and last name separated.
Yes, please.
So click on the next step, that is the remove the next step.
Okay.
On the apply steps, there will be something there. Click on it. It should go.
Okay. Oh,
Is it done?
Yeah, it's done now.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So for Ellen and Philip, please confirm if you are here with us. Now we are back to the other way of doing it. Please confirm by showing a reaction, Ellen and Philip. We are back to you. Confirm if you are with us. Fantastic. Ellen. Sometimes some people will go and bath if it's online. Hi, Ellen. Confirm if you are here. Okay, I think she's going to bath. Okay. Hello, Ellen. Online class, we are not able to see what you are doing. Okay, okay. All right. So we hope she'll get back to us. So let's look at the other process. This one serves as another way of doing it, in addition to the Power Query, right in Excel. So the people that have Power Query, you get to benefit twice or get to know more. Okay. So remember, is the date. Okay. So um, draft year. Okay. So we are working with this one. We are working with the draft year. Remember, we are in the raw table. Raw table. So go to the raw table, draft year, and then um, 1212. Okay, you create another column. So right click on column L and then insert. Okay, insert. Okay, for now don't give it a name. When we are done, we'll change the name of this, or we can just say the year. Okay, the year to date, draft year date. So name the column the year date. Okay, so remember what Power Query did. It chose 1st January for all of them because it didn't have the month and the day. So that is something we have learned from it, and we can apply that same knowledge from the from Power Query here to convert this one to an to a date data type. So you use the date function. Okay, so you type equals date. Okay, double click on it, and the date function picks year, month, and day, and the year should be an integer value. Remember, as for this one being an integer value, Power Query confirmed that the data type here is an integer value, 1986. Another way for you to confirm right in Excel without Power Query is that in Excel, text or strange data, text data are left aligned, whilst numeric data types are right aligned. So far as the years here are right aligned, they are integer or numeric data types. Okay, so the year, you click on the cell reference for the first year, um, and then you see that it is not picking a cell reference like K2. It is picking the name of the column, okay, in square bracket. This is to tell you that Excel recognizes this as a table, just like you would have done in SQL or any programming language. Ellen, welcome back. Yes,
Can I join now?
yes, I called you severally, so you are joining now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so go to your raw table. Go to your raw table. Go to your raw table. And then you right click on, you have a column called column L, which is your draft round. Right click on it and create a new column and name it DY, the year date, draft year date, the year date, DYDX, the Y date, the year date. If it's done, kindly show by your reaction so that we can make progress. Fantastic. So inside the first cell under the year date, you type date, double click on the function to have your opening parenthesis, then look at the syntax of the date function. It has year, comma, month, comma, and day. Okay, so our year values are here. You click on K2, which will be referenced by the column name, so at the year. Okay, then comma, the months and the day, all of these are supposed to be integer values we are converting to date. Okay, so far as the month and the day are insignificant in our analysis, we can put any number there, and we're going to put 1 it doesn't matter because we are not going to do any analysis on monthly basis and on daily basis. We are only interested in the year, and we need this attribute or column to be seen as a date data type so we can perform trend analysis. The draft year maybe against age, against player, against team, against country over time. So it is very critical. So it is critical that we are able to convert the data type of the draft year to date. So you put 1, 1. So 1 for the month, which is January, 1 for the day, which is first January. Then you enter. And here, George, the advantage or added advantage to a table is that unlike the normal data, the data sheets that we had where we apply the filter, okay, when you convert your sheet into a table and you insert a new field of value, the table is intelligent enough to automatically populate it. So it accepts new entries and updates them. So as I just did it for one, and it has automatically done it for all. Okay, you don't need to autofill. Okay, so we could see that now in the numbers command group, we see that the data type is dates for the year date. If you click on the original the year, it is general. If you come and convert it to number counting short dates, if you come and convert it to dates, you get it wrong. Just like we saw Power Query had it wrong for this. So just going here to change it to date it's not the right way to not do it correctly for you. Okay, now remember, we are not interested in the years and the months, sorry, in the days and the months. So we still need to show this as 1986, 1990, yet is date. How do we do that? Okay, how do we do that? So this is what you do. We could, so let's select all. So you do Control Shift down arrow to select all. Under the year date, right click on your selection and click on Format Cells. Okay, let me give you some free briefing space to get up to speed with me. Okay, so you select the first cell under the year date, Control Shift down arrow to select the entire values in that column, right click on it, then click on Format Cells. Fantastic. Okay, now look at it. So in this Format Cells dialog box, what you do is that under the category, so you check where my mouse pointer is, under the category, instead of date, come to custom. So it is still date, but I want to have a custom date data type, and this custom date data type will only show the year in the date value. Okay, so I come to custom and I see a format there. Okay, a format there with M digital 1 digit number for the month, 1 digit number for the day, and then 4 digit numbers for the year. 4 Ys in programming language, 4 Ys is a placeholder for the full year of any date value. Okay, and that's what we want. So ensure that this is selected. You can go down to select any of the format that has 4y's in there. This one has only 2y. This one will give you 96, 97. We don't want it. But 4y's will give you 1996, 2023, 2024, 2028, 2040, 2050, 2060. Okay, so this, they come up to the type, where the type is delete the M, delete the D, delete everything apart from the 4y's. Okay, apart from the 4y's. Please, I am exiting out of this dialog box. If you have any issue, let me know before I exit. Going 1, going 2, going 3, then I click on OK. And as a rule of thumb, as a critical data analyst, you always have to ensure that it is the right thing. That's why this one is here. When you are done, this one can go because it has finished 7 its purpose. So is there? Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Unfortunately, if we delete this one, because this is based on that, it's going to affect, see, it's going to affect what is there. So we can let it be there, but we won't use it in our analysis. We can hide it, but when we hide to the columns, so we can right click on this column and hide it, but we know the one we'll be using for analysis is this one. The other way around is also to copy and paste. Is to copy and paste the values. Okay, so this is done. We're going to do the same thing to the season. Then I think after this step we are done with data preparation from 8 to 10, 20 data preparation. The next step is to do the analysis. Okay, so season. Okay, so we come to season, old season. So for this one we can delete the old season. So please, let's delete old season. Delete it. Okay, it has finished 7 its purpose because we have it in another table there. Okay, so we are going to split this column into 2 by delimiter right in Excel. Okay, so what you do is I select the seasons column. Okay, then you go to the where is this boy, the let me see my screen. So data tools. My screen is squashed. Then you go to data tab, data tools. Okay, so click on data tab on the ribbon, go to data tools. You see text to columns, text to columns. You click on it, text to columns. Okay, then you see choose the file type that best describes your data. It is delimited. Now we understand that the hyphen in there is a delimiter. So you select the delimited radio button, you click on next, and we know that it is the delimiter is a hyphen. So you put, and it is custom one. It is not tab, it's not semicolon, it is not comma, it is not space. Look at this. If you select this, it doesn't change. Select this, doesn't change. Select this, doesn't change. Select this, doesn't change. It's the same thing in the preview here until I type the right delimiter, the hyphen there. Then it splits the full year 1996, which is the start season, and then it splits the start season from the end season. Okay, so 1996, 1990, then 97. This is how we want it. And then the next one, this this one has to do with the data type. um, so you can actually select the data type here, but we'll do it ourselves after this using a function. Okay, the next one is where it goes to. So I think by default it will go to the next two available two columns. Okay, the next available two columns, Z. So you click on finish, and then it splits into Y and Z. The first one will be in Y and the next one will be in Z. Fantastic. So what we need is a start season. We don't need the end season, so you can delete that one and be left with this. Wow. So I think by now we are done with the data preparation, and then data preparation and data preprocessing. The next one is analysis. Analysis. Should we do this one here? No, analysis. Okay. Wow. That's fantastic. So, um, ensure that you have your calculation tab or sheets, pivot table sheet, dashboard sheet. Okay. Ensure that you have these guys there. Okay. Okay. And then we'll give ourselves, let's give ourselves some 5 minutes snack break. So get some pie and enjoy 5 minutes. Then we'll move to the next stage. It's 10:24. By 10:30 we go to our analysis stage. Okay, thank you. See you at 10:30. Okay, welcome back. I hope everybody is here. Okay, okay, okay. Fantastic. So, before you analyze, you have to ask yourself a number of questions. You have to get domain knowledge first of all about the data set. So ask yourself, what is this data set about? It's about NBA players. Okay. You read extensively about it. Um, find out what metrics, and if it were normal business data, we'll call it KPI. What metrics are we looking out for? Are they looking out for BMI, whether a player is healthy or unhealthy, overweight or underweight, or within the normal weight range column, BMI column, which is around 18 to 24 or so. Then any value above 25 is overweight. Do they want, so remember, the metrics determine the kind of analysis you perform on the processed data. Okay, so okay, is it that maybe coaches want to know how players' heights have changed over time? They want to know the how players' weight have changed over time. You want to find out player performance, the total point of the player. You want to do player ranking. So you ask yourself all of these questions, which are going to be metrics that inform your analysis. So we have a calculation tab, we have a pivot tab, we also have a dashboard tab. We'll do calculations here for major of the analysis depending on the metrics. Pivot table will help us to easily do a lot of the analysis. Then use the dashboard to visualize the result of our analysis. So what we are doing is that we are going through, when you pick a project or a data set, step by step what you go through to actually analyze data and to make recommendations to management based on your results. Okay, all right. So I think I can start off with the dashboard, because whatever design we do, whatever analysis we do between calculation and pivot table will come to the dashboard to be visualized as metrics to management. Okay, so we first have to structure our dashboard, arrange it in such a way that it tells a visual story of the data set, or if it were an organizational data, it gives a compelling visual story of the data set of the organization. So indirectly, one of the skills, I think today we've talked about critical analytical skills, so analytical skills, critical skills, or critical thinking skills. So analytical skills. The other one is storytelling skill. As a data analyst, you must have the ability to tell stories with numbers, figures, facts, charts, and graphs or diagrams. Okay, quantigrams. Okay, so you you have to find a way to understand colors, layouts, arrangements, different types of visualizations that tell stories in a compelling manner, or represent your findings in a way that is easily understood by the various stakeholders of the organization. Fantastic. So, when it comes to dashboard, there are many designs. Okay, there are many designs, right? and these designs will be influenced by the metrics you are looking for. Okay, so here some of the metrics we'll be looking at um, will be, maybe we'll look at player nationality distribution, average heights of the player, uh, player performance. Okay, let me see if I can let me type them here whilst we try to design it. So player performance, player performance, um, heights and weights comparison. um, if you have any idea too, you can help us with it. um, so you can even look at the columns. Okay, nationality distribution, so we'll know which country has the highest NBA players. um, okay, we could also be looking at the um, team distribution. So I'm writing these things down so that we can arrange, get a design for our dashboard. So when we are done with the analysis, we come and put the findings here. Okay, put the findings there. Um, um, top player heights analysis. I think we did something about this last week. Top player weights analysis. Okay. Yes, any other thing you think we understand from the data that we can um, perform analysis on it? Nobody. Yes. Who is talking? Average. So we can look at the player performance. Okay, this one will be under player performance. So average points per game ranking. Okay. Um, okay. So maybe we can add our BMI here. Trend analysis. If we had their salaries, we can also do trend analysis of heights and then trend analysis of weight. Age. What can we do with age? Uh, we can compare age and total points. Let's say age and player performance. Let me see. Okay. So looks like these are some of the things we'll be looking at. Some of the things we'll be looking at shortly. Uh, Let me paste this one somewhere here accessible. Okay, fantastic. Do I have an empty? Okay. minute. I want to. Okay. I want to have a copy somewhere I can refer to. Okay. All right. And then I think to be useful if I have it too in the calculation, and then the pivot table side as well. Okay, so I have it somewhere safe. Calculation. Okay, so there are many designs or layout for a dashboard. You can Google and see some dashboards design, but the generic theme is that um, the top, so you can decide to go horizontal division or horizontal theme. Okay, the horizontal theme, you divide your dashboard into 3 horizontal groups. Okay, so maybe I'll do this. So please, I'm just doing the layout, the one that after that you select one that you want, you think you can work with. So for you to appreciate it, I'm going to do the color should not be too okay. So you can do something. This is the horizontal one. Okay, 3 different divisions. So I select, let me make sure I'm here. Okay, so I'll select from the top. Maybe I'll do top 3 black. Next one, okay, okay, and then this one will be, let's say this. So this horizontal design, I've used the colors to demarcate the dashboard. So what will go here, the horizontal one, the first row or section will be what we call snapshots. And these snapshots, let me type snapshots are the descriptives. Total unique players, so total players, okay, total NBA players, okay, how many NBA players are there, okay, then total teams, so all the total teams, total teams, total country. So now let me type them here. Country. What else is there? If you look at the data, so we can get total players, total team, average age, average height, average weight, um, total colleges, uh, total countries. I think we've indicated that. Um, yeah, for some of the ones that we really understand, these are some of the things that will go into the snapshots. Okay, snapshots. Then you come to the middle and the third section. So the middle section is your real insights. As for this, they are descriptive. So, I mean, what you found, like what the data really tells you on the surface level. But when you drill down, you go deep, you dive deep into it. What does it show? How has the height of the people changed over time? What interesting things are there? Who are the top five tallest NBA players across the seasons? Who are the top three, top four, top five weightiest people? If you have salary, who are the most expensive NBA players, or the players with the highest salaries? So I think after this, your assignment will be that you download, or I'll send you one data set, you look for another one where you join this one together with the salaries of the players, as well as the team. We have team abbreviations, the team names. Okay, then you can do some more analysis, which players have the highest salary. Okay, so here is your insight. Then the last one will be some takeaways. um you can still use the second section, the middle section, and the third section, the last section, to show all your insight. Okay, but whilst you are showing it, your last section can um put some additional descriptions or actionable insight based on what you have presented in the middle section. Okay, what are the unique things, or what problems does your insight solve? Okay, they should unique findings. Average height of the person is this, or height has changed over the season in this manner. Okay, um if it has changed over the season in this manner, how does height contribute to player performance? Okay, then here you are giving real actionable insight. If you know this, height against player performance, um coaches and team owners and all of that will be able to know that, okay, as height of the person increases, the game points or total points of the player reduces. So in order to ensure team development, we don't want your height to increase. I think height is you should use weight rather. As the weight of the player increases, the total points of the player decreases. So it is important to, in ensuring team development, it's important that the players don't overeat. They check their weight to maintain consistent weight over the time that we have signed a contract with. Actionable insight in this section. Okay, so this is one design. Then the other design, okay, is the, so let me do that one here. Okay, is the column one. So you can do columnize one. Okay, then some things will you hook the attention of your audience or your users of the dashboard with something in the middle. Okay, something interesting in the middle. So what's interesting in the middle could be the total unique players, total something, distribution of the nationality teams and all of that. Then other unique things, to the right, okay. I think this one is too, okay. Okay, all right. So I just use these colors to delineate, okay, the sections. I hope up to this time we are good with our layout. Please, are we okay? Hey yo, hey, nobody is talking. Can you
Oh
all?
yeah, we are with you, please.
Oh,
Yes, we are with you.
Fantastic. So now let's design our dashboards. Um, and then I think so. Choose your star. For now, I'll go with the. Which one should I go with? Which one should I go with? Vertical. Okay, I'll go with the vertical one. I'll go with the vertical one. Okay. Okay. So let me unselect. No fill. Okay. If we don't want to use, I mean, color, white color is a very beautiful one. So if you don't want to change the white background, or if you want the background of your charts to be white, one of the ways is that you can go to view, right, and uncheck grid lines. And as soon as you uncheck grid lines, it adds some beauty to it, and it changes it from the normal Excel sheet to like Tableau or Power BI background. So you can do something like this. You can take away the headings and then all of this, so you can have more real estate for your analysis. Remember, that setting is done only to the dashboard. So when you come to the dashboard, in fact, you can even minimize the ribbon here, so you get to see only this. And this one is when you are done, then you do all of this arrangement. Okay. I'm using the vertical one, like I said. Okay. When you choose the layouts, I'm choosing vertical, you choose the one you want. The next thing is to choose the colors you want. So I'm using vertical. Which color scheme will I choose? Color scheme. Think I can do with yellow, black, and maybe some red. So 3 colors. So I can decide to choose these 3 colors: yellow, black, and all of that. Okay, so as time goes on, I'll show you how you can get unique shades or variants of the yellow color, black color, and all of that, so that you can put in your charts and make it very, very how do we call it, appealing or compelling. Okay, so like I said, I am doing the vertical one. So please, we are starting. Select from A1 to I think A23 is okay. As and when we need more space, we'll add it. We'll add to A25. So the first screen is selected. Then you go to the home, you choose a background. So you have background and foreground color. Choose a background color of your choice. This background color could be anything, could be some this kind of gray, something different from the default white, or it could be some kind of, should not be too irritating. Okay. Or should not take away the beauty of your design. Let me see this. Let me see. Is it really black? Okay, think I want a brighter version of this. That's the brightest it could be. Okay, so let's see. As I put charts on it, I get to modify it. Okay, Then um, I know I'm going to put some statistics here about total players, total unique players, total number of countries represented. So maybe let me do my layouts again. Okay, so let me design my layout with a rectangle. So I'll put my total statistics here. This one should have the same color as what is there. So shape fill, which one did I choose? I think I chose this. Okay, so the first section will have the same color, and then maybe I said I'm using vertical or combination, so something here will have a deeper color. Mind you, I am I am designing my dashboard, making space or room for where to place what. Okay, so this one can be two columns. Okay, means that one can be here and the other two can be there. So as a data analyst, you're also a graphic designer. Okay, when I'm done, I can change the colors. Okay, can change the colors. Think I you please, I hold down the control key to duplicate it. Okay, so I'll put some graphs here too. And this is, you see, this design is there. It's been there for ages. There's a science to layout. There's a science to arranging things. And by looking at this, I've not put anything on it yet, but you could easily appreciate that it is taking shape. Whatever I put there will be interesting to the eye, and it will help users navigate around. Okay, then I get to divide this one two into.
Hello,
Yes,
Bernard.
yes, George, divide this one into.
Please, which tool are you using for the designing?
I'm using rectangle. Okay, so
Okay,
please,
there's a
you,
sheet.
yeah, shapes. So
Okay,
insert, illustration, shapes, and then
okay,
rectangle. Okay,
okay. All right. Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, so I think it's from here to this. Let me see. Now if I change this one to white or this gray, okay. Um, let me see which color to. Okay, should be dark. Okay. Now if I bring the graph, I'll see if I have to change any of these colors. Fantastic. Okay, so let me give you 2 minutes to finish with your layouts, and we'll bring the graphs in there, or our figures. Ah, Jesus. Please, when you are done, let me know. Are we done? Are we done with our layout?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me give you some few minutes. Can we make progress, please? Can we start?
Yes, please.
Okay, okay, all right. Fantastic. So you decide which one to do first. If you can do the pivot table one, which is easy, then you can come to the calculation to do the total number of players and all of that. So let's start with the easiest one, pivot table. Okay, so to get it, where's our raw table? Okay, so these are processed. Let me check. These are, so it's no longer raw. So we rename, should we duplicate? No, we rename this one to prepared. These are prepared table. So we can say prep table. These are prep table. So we create pivot tables out of a table. Okay, so we pivot a table. Okay, we pivot a table. I'll not be using this. Okay, so you can go. Right. Okay, so to create a pivot table from a table, click anywhere inside our prepared table, and then you go to insert. Under the tables command group, you see pivot table. Okay, you see pivot table. Ensure that you are here. I know this is a table. It has selected the name of the table, so I don't even need to interrogate it because we've already interrogated this one. Okay, and then this time, instead of selecting new worksheet, you select existing worksheet because we have already created a sheet called pivot table, so we want it to go there. So select the existing worksheet radio button. Okay, and then under location, you click on the arrow here, go to the pivot table tab, and then you click on it to select it. Then you click on, okay, you click on it to select, then come and click on the cell reference, the Control A to select all. Okay, and then it should be done for you. Okay, should be done for you. Okay, kindly confirm if you are successful at this.
So how did you select after you click on the pivot table? Then what do you do next?
Okay, so where is it?
I didn't get the last part.
Okay, so let me go through insert uh table, pivot table, seasons existing. Click here, pivot table, then the select all icon. Look at my screen, this section, you click on it to select the entire cells there. Okay, Philip, can you see that?
Yes, I can see. I can see.
Okay, then you open it, you click on OK, then it gets it done for you. So it's here. So you have your pivot table here. What can we use this pivot table to do? We can use a pivot table to do a lot of things here. We can use it to find the tallest player, the weightiest player, and then the total, the player points, the points ranking, average points ranking. So look at our dashboard, where's average points per game ranking and all of that. Okay, so we go to,
Hello, Bernard.
yes sir.
I'm a bit lost.
Lost at where?
Yes, I'm trying to perform this very action of insert a pivot table. So I go to insert.
Okay,
That is from the pivot table. No, from the prepared table.
yes, from the prep table.
From the prepared table, yes. I select. You said I select anywhere.
You make
I click
sure
anywhere
anywhere within that table.
within the table, yes.
Yes,
And then I go to pivot table.
you go to insert tables command group, pivot table.
Okay, pivot table. And what I see is from table range, that's the what highlights for me is from table range,
Yes, that's
from
it.
external
That
data source.
yes, from table ring. That's the default one because we are creating our pivot table from a table. So you don't do anything at that section. Then you move to the next one, which is in a new worksheet or something or existing worksheet.
Okay,
So you select existing worksheet because we have existing worksheet called pivot table. We are we are going to select existing worksheet. If not, it would have been just be easy. I just want to show you many ways to go about this. You could have just select new one. That's so easy. But what if you have an existing worksheet but you want this pivot table to go into it? How do you go about it?
okay,
So you select
okay,
existing worksheet, then you click on the up
okay,
arrow,
okay,
then come and click on the pivot table sheet. Have you done
okay.
that?
Yes,
If you do that, the name of the sheet will be there with an exclamation mark. Then you click on the
yes,
select all icon in Excel. That is the junction between 1 and A. So if you can check my screen, you click on this to select all, and that will update the selection for you.
yes. I have
Uh-huh.
that.
you
Okay.
you click on the up arrow again to get back to where it asks you to select existing worksheet.
The up arrow.
There's an arrow. The arrow, you clicked on it to come to the pivot table sheet.
Yes.
There's an arrow again where you have your selection pivot table in a cell with a
Sure.
cell reference. Click on that arrow again.
Okay.
It takes you back to the bigger dialog box.
Yes.
Okay, then now you click on OK. If you click on OK,
Okay.
it should bring you to where we are
Okay.
now.
Yeah, sure. It's sorted now. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't worry, you have to thank me with Papa's Pizza. Okay. I just want to.
Well accepted.
Thank you. Okay, so remember, just like we renamed our table. See, this one is pivot table too because I created one. I did it again. So the as a rule of thumb or convention, anytime you create a table, a pivot table, give it a name. What is this one going to do? I think this one will do a lot of player statistics. Okay, so you click on the, oh, it should be here, pivot table properties. My screen is squashed, so I don't get it. So under analyze, you see pivot table, just like you saw in the tables one. So pivot table 2, you change pivot table 2 to, I think we said this one is dedicated to player, right? So player stats. So player stats. Okay, then you press the enter key. Then you could see that it is named appropriately. It is named appropriately. Okay, so our first analysis is under player stats will be uh maybe total points of the player. So we are doing ranking. Where's our dashboard? uh Average points per game. So total points ranking. So what we do is that, I think last week I showed one cheat to this. You want to record, you want to know the players who have the highest total points per game. Okay, the players that have total points per game. So what do? Forget about Excel. Envisage that you have an exercise book, okay, that you want to record this data. How will you go about it? You first write, maybe you do a table in your exercise book. You write player name in the first column, then you write player total points in the second column. Is that not the case? Then when you are done, row wise will be the individual players and their values corresponding to their total points. That is how you have to envisage pivot table, which is a very fantastic tool aiding you to speedily analyze your data and visualize it, okay, or dynamically analyze and visualize. So in this pivot table, you on your right hand side you have the pivot table fields pane. On it you have the fields palette, then you have other palettes called the filter palette, the columns palette, the rows column, and the values column. But the way I explained it, we want the names of the people to be in the rows, because when you do it on paper, the names will be on the rows and then their values will reflect. Okay, so you pick player name, put it on row, then you get to visualize it. Is this how you want it? Yes, this is how ideally you would want it to be done. Then you pick the points. Where is it? Hey, points, points, points. Then pick player points, which is numeric values. You put it in the values one. Now we want total total points. Okay, so I think it has summed it. So sum of player point. If not sum, we can say average. Okay, if you can find the average of it, whether sum or average. So this one, the statistic sum or average will be meaningful. Any of them will be meaningful. So if you want to change it from sum to average, this is what you do. You click on the caret here, then you select value field settings. Okay, to take it to this dialog box, you change it from sum to count. Sorry, to average. Okay, it takes it. So AJ Bramlett still has one, which means he has appeared in the season only once. Okay, he has appeared only once. He has just one there. So whether it's a sum or average, he will still have one. That confirms that our statistic is accurate. Okay. If we let me see, Aaron Gordon has 102.5. AC Green has 28.9. Let me change it
Hello,
back.
Bernard.
Yes.
Please, where do you get the player role from?
Player.
The player name role.
Oh, okay, okay. A minute. Let me confirm. Okay, so that's confirmed. So any of the average or sum statistic works. So please, I'm doing it again. Okay, please follow. So you click on your, make sure your pivot table is active by clicking on it here. Okay, if you don't click there, the pin will go away. So click here to bring the pin. Please, George, watch. You get the player name from this field palette. So player name here. Please watch. You click and drag it to the rules palette. Please confirm if you have been able to do this. Hi, George. Okay, then you go back to the.
Hello, Bernard.
Have you done the player name? So you get it from this
Yes,
palette.
when I went there, I didn't find player name there.
But do you find it now? You have to scroll. So scroll up. What is your first column there?
Column number 1, and then team's age.
Oh, wow. This is, so it means that the when you joined us, did you delete the column with the player names?
Yes,
Oh,
that's for the
okay.
the first row
The
that you
first
asked us to
column, the
delete.
first column was no player name. So I asked you to delete the first column, which was some
Yeah,
0, 1,
sure,
2, 3. It was no
sure.
name.
Which we did, yes,
Uh-huh. Okay,
yes, I did.
go back to your data table, the prep table, and see if you have names there. So all this while I've been talking about Dennis Rodman, you never had names in there. So check from the prep table if you have
Okay,
player
I've
names.
seen that heading there was column one. I don't know how
But do
come.
you have player names? Do you have Dennis Rodman and
Yes,
others there?
yes, the player names are there.
Oh. So change it here. So
Okay,
change it, double click and give it player name.
okay, all right.
When you are done, let me know. When you are done, you go to data and then click on refresh all. Then come back to your pivot table, the fields, it will update. The player name will update. So your column 1 will now become player name. Okay. So please do it fast and give us feedback.
Okay.
Are you done? Have you refreshed? If you want to know where the refresh is, data, connections, refresh all. Okay.
Um, that's at the
On the data, have you renamed the column 1 to player name?
yes.
Okay. Now click on the data tab on the ribbon. Okay. So please, those of you who don't have the same problem, this is how we do it. If you have an issue with a column or you update a table, all that you need to do is that you come to the data tab, under connections, you click on refresh all. Your pivot table will be updated. Okay, this is how dynamic it is. Any data that goes into your table, when you refresh, it gets updated to your you can even do some automatic settings so that as soon as you do something that it updates here. So George, you go to data, connections, refresh all.
Yeah, data is under data. I see the heading as player name, but at the prep table, that is where it's still showing as column one.
And so go to the prep table, rename it, rename it from the prep table. Remember, the prep table is what we use to create the pivot table. So
Yes, please.
go to the prep
And
table and rename the column 1 to player name.
it doesn't seem to allow me to do that.
Oh, um, it's supposed to. It's working for me. So player name. You double click on it. Double click. Okay. Double click.
When I do it selects the whole row.
No. Double click on cell A1. Okay.
Okay.
Not don't
Okay.
click on A. Click on cell A1.
Okay.
Double click. Do you see the
Okay.
insertion point there?
Yes, it worked.
Uh-huh. Then refresh all.
Okay. At prep table.
Oh, you can anywhere. As for the refresh all, it's universal. So at prep table, go to data, connections, refresh all. Are you done?
I'm doing that.
when you are done with the refresh, or come back to the pivot table sheet, then go to the fields palette. You should see player name there. Okay,
Yes, it's done now.
fantastic,
It's corrected now.
fantastic.
Mm,
As for
thank
today, my
you.
pizza will come.
Thank
Okay, so you drag
you.
player name to the rows, drag points. Where is it? Player points. Yes. Then drag player points to the values, the one with the sigma. Okay, the values palette. Then you get to see the total player points for the entire season. Okay, total player points. Okay, so if we were to do this manually, we are supposed to write uh, some if or count if. This one will be some ifs. Formula for it. With pivot table, you don't write the formulas. All that you do is know which fields you want to use in your analysis, and it is very powerful and useful. It saves you a lot of time going to find out which function or which formula to use for which and that. Just with drag and drop, you're able to get actionable insights from your data sets. Okay, so the did we agree on average? Okay, we'll use total, so this is okay. We'll use the sum. The next thing is that we are not interested in all of this. This is there, fine. We have been able to find the total, so this one is um total player points. So this one is total total points, total points. This is total point for the players. Okay, for all of them. But what use is it to the stakeholders, the coaches, the officials, the investors? If you have a score sheet of the players and their total point for the entire season, for I think about 24 or 22 seasons in our data set, how is it useful? There's no insight here. Okay, can we find the top 10, the players with the highest total point from the first one arranged in descending order, in other words highest first, from the one with the highest one to the 10th person? That is insight. Oh, okay, these are the key people. These are the ones that have the highest total points over this season. So we look out for them and we go and poach them from a team. If they are not already in our team, we poach them. Now you have actionable insight from your data. Okay, so based on this, we are going to do top 10 or top n analysis on the total points. Okay, top n analysis on the total point. This is how we go about it. So we click on the row labels, uh, the arrow on the row labels. Okay, click on that drop down arrow. So this one, for the first time, for the benefit of those who joined us today, I'll take my time here. Subsequently, when I say top n analysis, you know where to go, you know how to go about it, so you do it. Okay, so I come to value filters. Okay, so the process again, row labels. Remember, we want to filter the names, but the names based on the total point value. So row labels, the filter, and remember the filter is on the name, so you cannot come to the total point. This is a calculated field. So names, drop down arrow, value filters, top 10. Okay, value filters, top 10. Did I even say top 10? The default is 10. So okay, don't worry. If you want 5, you bring it down to 5, but I think I'll accept the top 10. Top 10, all of this remains constant. The items, the total points, we don't want the percent of that, we just want the items. Okay, this is insightful and interesting. Okay, interesting. So you do this. Okay, I hope everybody had it. So this is top 10. Okay, top 10. And you confirm if it is arranged in either descending or increasing order. I don't think it is. So you click anywhere inside. Then use the there's supposed to be sorts. Okay, so you go to the home tab on the ribbon under editing, sort and filter, and then the pivot table is works opposite. So this is smallest to largest. If I select smallest to largest, means that to sort from largest to smallest. Okay, I think it's the chart rather. So this one did smallest to largest. I think I will prefer largest to smallest. If you were on the chart, it would have done the opposite. So from largest to smallest, top 10 players and their total points, or top 10 total points, top 10 players and their total points. Yes, I think that's it. This is the analysis. Okay, you can put this one as a table for management, but usually management or stakeholders will want to see visuals. That's why we have our dashboard. Whichever way it is, like I said, this can be a table on our dashboard. This can be a table on our dashboard, but we want it to be a graph. So you click inside here. If you are off the analyze, click on analyze, which will be to the right. Pivot charts. Okay, pivot charts. And then based on, let me check my design, I'll put it here. So based on my design, I think if I'm going to put it in this one, then I will go for horizontal or bar charts. Okay, so I go back to my pivot table, select analyze pivot chart. I will go for, so you know where you are going to put it on. So I'm going for bar chart because of where I'm going to put it. So bar charts, and then I click on OK. Fantastic. Now I can copy this chart. Okay, copy it and go and paste it here. Okay, and paste it here. So as soon as I paste it there, I get access to the pivot table, pivot charts fields as well. I'm trying to resize. So you resize your charts using the resize bundles, diagonal resize bundles. Diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't use the middle ones. This one will squash it, unless maybe based on your demarcation you can squash it a little. So advisably to resize in proportion. See, you use the corner resizing bundles. Okay, so for it to be professional charts, right click on this one, the player name filter. Okay, and say hide all field buttons on the chart and becoming professional. We don't need this total because it's only one bar. If you have more than two bars, then you need a legend that shows that this color is for maybe totals, the other color is for width, the other color is for height. This one we only have one color, so it is out of place or useless here. So that one too is gone. Okay, I think I'll delete the title of the chart and put it on top of the demarcation. So this one also goes. Okay, all right. Now let me see if I have my space is enough. Okay, so I resize. I want to put it here. Wow, I've squashed it though. So let me see. Okay, uh, let me get more space, so that would mean that I would have to extend. Let me extend this one as much as possible. I don't want to go beyond the normal view area, so I extend this one and see. Okay, fantastic. Okay, all right. So I pull this one here, then I have deleted the heading, as I'll type it myself here. Okay, I'll use the text box to type it here. Okay, so I select the names of the players. Okay, the rule here is that never accept the default values Excel gives you. Default chart color, default font, default whatever it is. Always customize it so that it will be unique. Never. Excel uh, chart color is always blue. Their font is default is Calibri. Okay, Microsoft default font is Calibri, and that. So you change this one to the one that you like. I have Segui. Think I'll use Segui UI. No, I don't like the print. Segui UI. 9 or 10. Let me see 10. I think 9 is okay. Oh, not 19. 9 is okay for me. Fantastic. And then I come to the bars. Remember the colors I chose. Let me see. Yellow, black. Of course, white will be there. So let me see what I can do. Okay. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Anyway, let me check something. Show field list. No. Okay, I want to go to the pivot table. I want to make this one top 5. This is just by my design intuition. Yeah, I want the bars to be bigger. Okay, so you see what's happening. As soon as I make changes there, it updates here. Okay, so at least now the bars are a little bigger and these ones are even space. So these are top 5. Okay, so let me see if I can make fill color. All of these are design options. Okay, so fill color. Which color did I choose for this one? It was black. This is the thing about Excel. Okay, so I want the same color. Okay, 89 89 89, the RGB for this color. I'm trying to ensure that the fill color for this, okay, the fill color there is the same as this background as a design star. Okay, so what I can do is that I select it and I click on this and it picks it, or I go to the more colors. I know the RGB is 89 89, so if I select this, okay, come here, more colors, RGB is 8989. So if I want this chart to have the same color, so let's say, oh, the selection was, so let's say this one is this, and I want it to have the same color as the background. I come here and I know that it's the same values for all, so I do 8989. Okay, and I get it in the same manner. Okay, fantastic. By this I get to, sorry, I can, this is the border. Okay, so I think I can use the home, no, the border should border. Okay, border, so I double click. I think the border comes when I double click and I select no line. Okay, so now it's taking shape. So you double click on the chart, the format shape will come, then select no line for the border, and it is looking more professional. It doesn't look like normal Excel chart. Then again, this grid lines, okay, as for this one, it's accessible here. You click on the plus icon, then uncheck the grid lines, and it's gone. Okay, others also, instead of removing it, reduces the color. Okay, so again, if you double click on it, you get the if you double click on the grid lines, you get the format grid lines dialog box. Then you can choose a color, maybe white color, and reduce the transparency. That is if you so wish. Okay, see what's happening. I'm reducing the transparency, so I can choose a color closer to the background color of the chart and reduce the transparency, and it doesn't seem distracting. Okay, so you have two options: you either delete it or you show it there. Oh, the names of the people, okay, they are there, so the font color must be changed, okay, to white. Let me see. So I hope you appreciate what I've gone through to do this. This is not, and if I should display this one in any report, hardly would somebody be able to tell me that I did this visualization in Excel. I'm not done yet. So my next thing is to display the values either inside each bar or at the tip outside the bar. So that's what I'm going to do. This one I select it. Remember, I've not even changed the bars color, so I think I'll do that one. So I select the bars, I click on the plus icon, then I say data labels. I have the options with this caret to choose where I want it to be: center, inside, and inside base, outside, and data car. No, this guy there, no. So I think any of this is at your disposal, inside and so that it doesn't take much real estate in your dashboard. Fantastic. Okay. um okay, so I said analysis doesn't take time, but design, this is design part of the analysis. As for the analysis, it didn't take time, right? We just selected some few things and we were here. But making sure your dashboard is insightful and compelling, it takes time to design. Okay, so I think my last two things is to change the bars color and then give a name. So my colors are red, yellow, black, white. Okay. So let me see. I want to change this one, the bars to yellow, and see the effect it will have. Oh, great. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yes. Thank you very much. So this is MTN. So of late, MTN Vodafone have been looking for. They have been advertising for data analyst roles. So this is MTN for you. Let me see if I can deepen the the yellow. So I select the bars, go to the paint bucket, more colors, and then let me drag it down here as I check here to see how deep I want. Deep yellow. Okay, let me check. Fantastic. And then I can make these boys pure black, bolding them. Please show your own. Let me see. The last one is to put the name, um the caption for this here. By the time I'm done with the caption, I'll let everybody show his or her visualization. So to put the title for this, I'm going to use a text box. So I go to insert illustrations. Oh, this is no insert text, then text box. Sorry. Okay. Then I get to type. This is top. Let me write it in caps. Top 5 players. Top 5 players based on points. Top 5 players. Um, let me see. Okay, let me even do it like this. Total points ranking. Yeah, I think this is total points ranking. Yeah, this is a metric. Total points ranking. For you're only interested in the top 5. So to format this, I click format. So I click on the text box format on the ribbon, come to shape outline. I select no outline, come to shape fill, no fill. Okay, these are useful things I'm teaching you. Then I change the font color here. I can change it to yellow. Yellow will work with black. The reason why I choose these colors is because I know that black works well with yellow. So black, yellow, white, and maybe sometimes you can add Vodafone red to it. So I change the font color here to my yellow, and voila. So I can position this here so that it doesn't take away, it doesn't take anything from a graph. Oh wow, thank you very much. We are not done. Please, may I see at this point it's important I see what everybody has done. Some people are just watching me. Total point ranking. Please, um who can I start with? Joshua, are you there? I can't see Joshua. Let me open these 3 others. um Joshua. Hello, Joshua.
Hello, sir.
Please, are you done with your total points ranking?
I'm just changing my color for the caption.
Fantastic. So you'll be the first to show your own. George, George, please, are you done? Hey, people also. Okay, so we'll show it.
Yes, Bernard, I'm done. I'm
Okay,
done.
then
I'm done.
share your screen. Let's see how beautiful your own is.
Okay.
So we see a work. You see, we see your color choice. Okay, so I think I told you that I'll show you a platform where you can use to get color ideas. Okay, so color choice, storytelling, KPI. Be a data analyst, you need a lot of tools and a lot of skills from graphic designing, from storytelling, from business, from IT programming, and all of this come together and communication to make you a data analyst. Yes, please present your screen. Ellen, please, after George, you are next. You present your screen. I want to see your first visualization on your dashboard. Oh, George, are you not presenting?
Yeah, Bernard, I think you have to stop sharing so that mine can come through.
Okay, stop presenting. Okay, I've stopped. So we are waiting.
Hello, Bernard. Hello, Bernard.
We can see. We can see.
Yeah, we can see
Okay.
it now. Wow. Okay, your color choice is um, uh, can I be blunt?
Oh, yeah, please feel free.
There's science. There's the science behind your color. Your colors is not working for you. Can everybody please? We are all learning. Can you appreciate that? Can you see that the blue and the green is not working for him?
Yeah.
Yes. So I think at this point, okay. So hold on. We'll, we'll help you with the other colors. What are your main colors? Is your main color green?
Yes,
Okay.
the main color is
Your main
there.
color is green. Fantastic. So please hold on to your main color. I'll help you with that. Ellen, may I see your first visualization on your dashboard?
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Can someone go first? I first need to allow my system to allow sharing. Okay.
Okay. So I think Joshua is next. Joshua.
Did you get down?
Okay, Joshua, we can see your screen. So let's see your visualization. But you chose my colors. Joshua, you are cheating. Okay. But anyway, please let's look at Joshua's colors and his graph. Man, the guy, he did almost everything. Yes. We saw that George did some variation. That was nice. Joshua, why is your mouse going up and down like that? The same layouts. Okay, fantastic. The next person is Philip. Yes, Philip. Let's see your own. Moses, please be ready. So after Philip, Moses. Philip, are you sharing? Philip?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please, can you share your.
Yes, I'm trying to share,
Uh huh.
but I keep getting errors when sharing the screen.
Oh,
Um, I'm still trying.
okay. Then Moses, try, and then when you are done, he would he would come in.
Uh,
Yes, Moses. Moses, are you sharing? Okay. Oh, okay. So you also choose the color green as your main color. So your green and your white is fantastic, but your background is not helping. Okay. Your background gray is not helping. Okay, so you also chose my layout. Okay, but you use rounded edge rectangle. Fantastic. Ellen, is your screen ready? Yeah, so Moses, you can go off. Ellen, please, your screen ready? Um,
Hold
okay,
on, I tried, but I
it's
don't
not
know.
working. Okay,
Yeah,
but are you able to? Have you been able to do what we have done so far?
yeah.
Fantastic. So if don't worry, so we can continue. It's almost 12. Um, I want everybody to get it so that after we are done, you can complete the visualization. But I think so far so good. What is left is some few cleansing, some few tweaks and customization to make it very nice. Hey, why you there? You've got ahead to do pie charts or hey, my guy. Okay, so Philip, we can see your screen. Um, the color. So many colors there. Remember what we have, the idea behind it. The background color. All background colors can have the same color. That one is okay, but the rectangles, they can have the same colors, and then you change the color of the chart and the text as and when you want. Then the other principle is that if you choose bright colors, okay, bright colors as your foreground, it means that as your background, it means that your foreground should be dark. If you choose dark colors as your background, you see now, black and yellow, black is dark, yellow is gone, it makes it nice. So you combine you combine bright and black sparingly, appropriately. Okay, fantastic. So you can go off. um okay, I said I'll show you the colors. Okay, so everybody go to Google and type Adobe Cooler. Okay, type Adobe Cooler because you have to complete this dashboard. So I have to show you all the things you have to do, especially with the design, the color. Okay, so Adobe Cooler. If you can, hey, I'm not sharing. Let me share my screen. So you type Adobe Cooler. Cooler is Kuler. Okay. You get to. Okay, so now my screen is shared, so you can see my screen now. So you type Adobe Cooler, you get this results. Okay, the first one, there's no advertisement, but they are the the first and best. So the first option, um hi Ellen. Ellen, are you attempting to share the
I
screen?
think I'm able to share.
Okay, now let's see your chart.
Yeah.
Let's see your dashboard.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm.
Can you see now?
No, I can only see your folder, your analytics project folder.
That's not supposed to be.
Mm.
Oh, that's not supposed to be shared. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, I think I know why. I'm sharing
A
just
window.
um yeah, just a window. I'll try again.
Sure, sure. So can we make progress? Can we continue?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay, so follow
Yeah.
us. Go to your
Yeah.
browser and type Adobe Cooler. Okay. When it comes, control click on the first result set. Adobe, that's cooler.adobe.com. Okay. Wow, why is it taking to? Okay. So ensure everybody is here. cooler.adobe.com/create. I've also pasted the direct link in our chats. Okay. So let's say you 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 come here. Okay.
It's working. Can I share it now?
Yeah. You can.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's open, right?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can
this is
see
it.
it now. Um. Okay. So we can see that you use 3D column charts. Okay. Colors too. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Great. Not bad. Okay. So so at least the color combination is fantastic. White and orange is works. I think gray, yeah, darker and brighter color. It works well. That's fantastic. The only issue is the 3D. As much as possible, never visualize your data with the
Mm-hmm.
3D. Um, as a data
Mm-hmm.
analyst, we advise not to visualize the 3D. You want to make the thing complex. It doesn't. Maybe once a while. But on a normal day,
Mm.
professionally, avoid the 3D graphs. Okay, avoid the 3D graphs.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say you you have I think we can use the George. So there are two basic for now. We use maybe three, the Pantone and the others. There are two main color codes. Excel uses the RGB. There's the HSL. There's the hexadecimal one. Hexadecimal means hex means six, so six colors. So you could see this kind of red. This is it. If you want the RGB, it means that you have um I think 230, 44, and then 11. Then you can get the same thing. Excel does the PowerPoint has hexadecimal, but Excel doesn't have hexadecimal like we saw. So check this one. This yellow color, so its RGB is 222169. Let me copy and put it here. So 222169 and then 0 in that order, RGB. Okay, if I go to Adobe Cooler, okay, then I come here, I type my red was 222, okay, my green was 169. Can you see what is happening? This is what I'm changing. The first palette is get, and then my blue was 0, so it gives me, okay, this same color. The yellow color I have here is what is there. Okay, if I know the hexadecimal code of MTN's yellow, when I put it here, it can give me any other color I can work with. So now this is what I have, 222. That I can copy this one so that it will be on the clipboard for some shaggy reasons. By default, it is set to analogous. Okay, you can choose monochromatic. Mono means one color, but this one color helps a lot. So I can combine this with this. I can also combine this with this, this with this with that. Okay, or three colors, triad. Okay, if I choose this triad, remember it is set to triad, or complementary. So which colors complement each other? So triad, and I paste my yellow here and I enter. So it means that I can use any of these colors in my visualization and it will work well. Okay, it will work well for me. Okay, so if I want, let me see, complementary, I'm pasting the yellow color again. It's set to complementary. Okay, let me see, shades. You can also get variations of that yellow. That also helps. So maybe for your background designs, you copy it to get the shades of that. Okay, various shades. Okay, then compound is here. Okay, compound, I don't like the compound. I don't like this one too. Splits, no. Complementary. Okay, so complementary, it means I can use for Excel. I will need this RGB colors for this yellow, which I already have. Then I can also use this other yellow, 22255201338, in my visualization. I can use this bright one. Can use a dimmer version of this. I can also use blue, but I will not go for this blue. So knowing this, I just add my black to it. Okay, you can also be using this color wheel. If you don't have any color in mind, you come here, the color wheel, you turn it around based on what you have selected here to give you nice colors that when you combine, okay, it will tell you a beautiful visual story. Beautiful visual story. So I think I'll go with this one for my next visualization. Let me type it so that in case I lose. So 200 219 and then 112. That will be my next graph. Okay, now you've seen that the width of my bars are bigger than yours. This was the main reason I reduced it from 10 to 5. I want the chart to stand out, to be compelling, to be catchy. Okay, so what you do is that, okay, you right click on the bars, okay, and click on format data supposed to be labels. Okay, format data labels or data series, whichever one you see. Format data series, you right click on it. Okay, all right. Then the gap width, this one is what controls the width of the bar. Okay, if it's 0, it means that there will not be any gap between the bar for Kevin Durant and then that of Carmelo Anthony. Okay, so you try to move it away from 0 a little and see how it will look like. At least, like I said, never accept the default. So I think 40, let me do 45. 45% is fantastic. Okay, 45%. Great. I hope everybody has been able to do that. Okay, let me do now last visualization with you, then the rest you do it. Remember, we have typed, let me copy this and put it in the chat again. So please copy the things in the chat, you do them to complete the dashboard after the class. So you have a lot to do after the class. So total point ranking, remember the theme, all the things here will be about the players. Okay, all about the players, and maybe something here will be, what is here will be something that is general to all of them too. Okay, so we can come here and talk about the height and the weight. We can put height and weight here, height and weight. Okay, can put height and weight, height and weight. Yes, so we go to our pivot table. Okay, and we don't need to go back to convert another one. We can duplicate this pivot table. Remember, we have named it, so we can duplicate this data pivot table into 2 columns. Okay, and so we copy it, select 2 columns, that is D and E, and paste it.
Hello, Bernard.
Yes, Joy.
Please, can you increase the size of your screens more? I can hardly see.
It looks like I'm not okay. So I'm presenting. I'm not presenting. Okay, sorry. Is it okay now? Check.
Yes, yes. Thank
Sorry.
you.
So let me
Thank you.
go. Let me go. Let me go over. Let me go over. So go back to your pivot table. Okay. If you have a chart in there, I have my old chart there. You delete it. Remember, it doesn't affect what is here. Okay, it's there. Then select this top 5 pivot table. Okay, copy it, go to D and E, select column D and E correspondingly, 2 columns. The pivot table has 2 columns. Then you paste it and press the escape key. Okay, this pivot table should have a name. So this one was I think we call this player stats. Okay, so all of these are player stats, but we can rename them appropriately. This one will be the height and weight. Height and weight, height and weight, height and weight. Okay, so I have to show my pivot table. So I click on analyze, show, and then field list. Okay, then I get to rename this pivot table. When I click inside, go to pivot table, the name is table 4. No, I want it to be, this is height analysis. Okay, so if it's height, it means that the total point will go, and it will be replaced with player height, and we'll go with the meters. So player height, meters. Please do that before I move to my next step. So you have name on the rows palette, height on the values palette, or inside the values palette. It is not statistically right to say sum of the height. We can't sum someone's height over years. We find the average height of the person over the years, from maybe 4 years to 10 years or 30 years. What is your average height? Okay, so instead of sum, you come here, click on the caret value field settings, then you select average. Then you can change the name here to make it Pascal. Average height, no space, meters. Okay, again, this one is top 5. So you come here, caret value filters, top 10, reduce to 5, click on OK, and you have this. We can then visualize these findings. Can visualize this finding. Maybe let me sort before, so I'm going to sort it. Let me sort from largest to smallest. Okay, so Pavel Podkolzin is the tallest person with 2.2606 meters. If you want to appreciate this, you convert it into feet. You multiply this by 3. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so we can say that this guy is equal to this, okay, times 3, and that is 6.78 or 78 feet tall. Okay, 6.78 feet tall. Okay, so we get to visualize this again. So you click inside analyze pivot chart. Now I get the opportunity to go ahead to do it speedily, because you know what to do. You copy the chart, go to your dashboard, it goes here, you go away. Okay, you right click, hide all buttons. So my space is too small. For this. Still okay. Let me see when I'm done what can be done with this. I have to rearrange. Okay, this is gone. No. Okay, this one too is gone. Okay, change the font to Segui as a practice. Segui, make it 8 so that it doesn't stick out. Remember the colors. I said I was going to choose a variation, so let me do the colors first. So I select the bars, go to more colors, and then enter my RGB. Which colors did I choose? I think it was 200, and then 219, yes, and then 112. It was some nice green color. Okay, so it would have been very difficult for me to naturally find out that this color blends well with this yellow color. Okay, that is why I've shown you the Adobe color. So you get to appreciate which colors work well complementarily with the others in your chart or visualization. Okay, I think I would have to change my layout a little. Okay, let me put this one down time, and then okay, let me see. Which color? So default color is this. Okay, so I select this and do this. Fantastic. Did you see what I did? Okay, so let me repeat it. I want the chart to have the background color, so I select the background color so that I'll have that color as a default for the paint bucket. Then I click on my chart, then I click on it, and I get the chart taking the background color of of the of the division of my box. So if I have that, I can easily delete or make do it away with that with the background. Okay, so I change this one again to white. Okay, white. This time the grid lines, they make it nice. No, but let me reduce the transparency. So I double click and then reduce transparency. I select the same color. No, okay, some light gray color, then reduce transparency, think up to 70%. Okay, okay, so I have this here. What else is left? The heading. Okay, so if I put the heading, okay, I'll put it. If I put the heading here, it means that I'll need this background, and this one has to go. So I click on the border line, no line, and it goes. Okay, in that case, you get to come down a little, so I can copy this boy, control key, drag it to this section, and this one is um, top 5 tallest NBA players. Okay, so great, we are moving forward. Moving forward, it's going like that. Uh, okay, so I'll need 4 more visualizations or 2 more. Maybe I'll do some trend analysis, how height and weight have been changing over time at the bottom here. Okay, so please, any questions? Any questions? Any questions?